Hey there, good evening. It is getting really close to Christmas, and I have got a fantastic drink for you today that can actually help curb some of those cravings for maybe the less than stellar treat choices that you'll want to be indulging in over the holidays. Because this drink, it tastes like a candy cane. It is just so good. And what's even more amazing, like everything I try and make, it's actually good for you because it's chock full of peppermint, which is fantastic for digestion. And, you know, especially maybe you did get some treats that you shouldn't have and your stomach might not be thanking you for that. This can actually help with that too. So, super easy. You whip up the base in your blender and then just dump it in a pitcher and fill it up with water, and you have a big drink. I take this to almost every gathering from like Thanksgiving through New Year's because it's so good and the kids love it too. So, and you know, you can't fool them. It really does taste good. So, I've steeped 4 bags of just your Celestial Seasonings peppermint tea. So, I think the recipe that I'm going to link to says to steep it for like 5 minutes. I think this has been steeping for 2 hours, but that's fine.
We like it strong.
We like it strong. I like it. I like mine very pepperminty. So if you're not as much of a peppermint freak as I am, stick to the 5 minutes and don't put as much of some of the other stuff in there. And because I'm super frugal, I'll actually steep these suckers again and make another batch tomorrow. Because this one will not last past tomorrow night. All right, so you pour your peppermint tea in your blender. Now, you've got some options with some of the other stuff that makes it creamy, so it's not just tea. And if you're one of those people that say they don't like tea, please do yourself a favor and try this anyway, because it's not like black tea. It's not like sweet tea. It tastes like a candy cane, so it's more of a treat than tea. But it starts with tea bag, so we have to call it that. Okay, so I use MCT oil. It is the lowest calorie, highest or quickest burning oil that there is. So MCT stands for medium chain triglyceride. It's essentially a liquid coconut oil. If you don't have this, you can use half the amount of butter. So you do 2 teaspoons of this, you would do 1 teaspoon of butter. And what this does, I use this in all my coffee, blend it up, it makes a super creamy drink. So it's not oily, doesn't taste like oily slick. Okay, next, a completely clean whey protein powder. Doesn't have sugar, doesn't have fillers, doesn't have potato starch or anything like that in it. It's just pure whey protein powder. If you don't have whey protein powder, you can use, and I'm using 2 teaspoons of that, you can use a half a cup of a nut milk, almond milk, coconut almond milk, cashew milk, something like that. We're going to sweeten it up, and I like mine sweet, so it's going to be a 1/4 teaspoon of a good quality pure stevia powder. If you don't have the stevia, then you can just use 2 to 3 teaspoons of pure from the grocery store. Let's see, next we're gonna go with just a teaspoon of vanilla extract and a high quality peppermint essential oil. If you don't know where your essential oil was grown, do not put it in anything that you take internally. And like I said, I think the recipe calls for like 2 to 3 drops. I'm gonna go like 4 because I like it to be like bam peppermint. A few shakes of salt, amazingly enough, that really enhances the flavor. And then this one, about 1/8 of a teaspoon of either glucomannan, or the grocery store equivalent would be xanthan gum. And again, that just kind of gives it a thicker feel. It ends up being almost like a consistency, almost of milk, maybe not quite that thick, but more like that rather than just a thin, watery drink. So you're gonna blend this up. It becomes white and creamy and delicious. Pour it into your 2-quart pitcher, and then, you know, it'll only come to here. And then fill it up the rest of the way with water. Shake it up, and I filled mine with halfway with ice, so that way it chills it down very fast. And you can drink it right away. If you would prefer to have something hot, skip the ice, pour in your concentrate, and then fill it to the top with boiling water, and now you have something hot to drink, if that's more your jam. I like this one cold because it's mint and it just seems to be great cold. So that is it. Super easy, super quick, and it is a treat and a delight to drink. So you can carry that around with you, and you won't mind, you know, having to resist all the cookies. So please share this. Let me know what you think of it after you try it, and have a fantastic rest of your evening. Bye.